All right, let's kick off this deep dive and unpack, so to speak, the Travelpro Platinum Elite carry-on luggage.
Oh, I like that unpack.
Yes,
So,
unintended.
yeah, pun intended, for sure.
Nice.
We're going to be looking at a pretty in-depth review that we found
Cool.
called Travelpro Platinum Elite, Best Carry-On for Flyers.
Oh, that sounds promising already.
Yeah, so this deep dive is all about, helping you figure out if this thing everyone's talking about is actually as good as it seems.
Right, right.
And, most importantly, if it's the right bag for you.
Yeah.
Like, is it worth spending the extra money on this thing?
For sure. That's always the question.
You know what makes it supposedly so great for people who travel a lot?
Yeah, frequent flyers, business travelers, they're tough on bags.
And there's this whole thing about how it's like super durable.
Durability is key.
I mean, to the point where it could save you money in the long run.
Interesting.
Which is kind of a weird thing to think about with luggage, right?
Yeah, you don't usually think of luggage as like an investment, but
I know. It can be.
they can be.
When you're using it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right off the bat, this review, talks about how the Travelpro Platinum Elite just looks like, well, premium.
Oh, so first impressions matter.
Yeah, it's like,
Even with luggage.
it's giving
Like,
very
yeah.
much like professional vibes and,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Important for business travelers.
Yeah,
You gotta
exactly.
look sharp.
Yeah, and they get into the nitty-gritty of the materials.
Ooh, the materials.
It's made from this high-density ballistic nylon.
Okay, ballistic nylon. Now we're talking.
Yeah, with a Duragard coating.
Right.
I know ballistic nylon is like, that's like the tough stuff.
It is.
But what does that actually mean for like everyday travel?
Well, think about it. You've seen those baggage handlers, right?
Oh, yeah?
Tossing those suitcases around like they're nothing.
Yeah.
Ballistic nylon can handle that.
So you're not going to see like rips and tears.
No, this stuff is strong, resists abrasion like you wouldn't believe.
Okay, that's good.
So it can take the beating that travel, throws at it.
Yeah. Kicks
And
her.
then you add that Duragard coating.
Oh, right.
It's like extra protection, helps resist stains, keeps water out.
Water damage. That's a big one.
Huge, especially if you get caught in the rain,
Yeah. Or if you spill something inside your bag.
Oh, yeah, coffee.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
can ruin a trip.
I've been there.
Yeah, so that coating.
Definitely a good thing to have.
Yeah, it's peace of mind, basically.
Peace of mind when you're traveling. I mean,
Yes.
that's priceless, right?
Absolutely.
And it's not just about like, being tough. The review mentions they have different colors.
Oh, colors. Yeah, that's fun.
Like black, vintage gray,
Okay, classic.
shadow black.
Another black.
Yeah.
I guess you can never have too many blacks when it comes to luggage.
And then there's Bordeaux.
Bordeaux, that's fancy.
So I'm curious, which one would you go for?
Ooh, tough choice. Probably vintage gray. It's like stylish, but still practical.
Yeah, good point.
Won't show dirt as easily.
Yeah, it's a good consideration.
Gotta think about those things.
Yeah, and it seems like they really they've really thought about frequent travelers
Yeah.
who want something that looks nice but can also take a beating.
Right, because let's face it,
Yeah.
frequent travelers need luggage that can keep up with them.
Yeah, and like you were saying earlier, it's like
Yeah,
getting good luggage that lasts could actually
save you money.
in the long run.
Exactly. Think about it.
I mean,
You're not replacing it every year. You're not dealing with broken zippers.
oh yeah, broken zippers.
Broken handles in the middle of a trip.
Like, yeah,
So frustrating.
and expensive.
It is, and stressful. You don't need that stress.
Nobody needs that.
Nobody needs that.
And speaking of things that people don't need,
Mm-hmm.
let's talk about packing space.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Because the review talks about this whole more room, less stress design.
Love that. Yeah.
And they say the main compartment is big enough for 3 to 5 days worth of clothes.
Okay, so that's pretty good for a carry-on, right?
Yeah, for a carry-on. That's like
Impressive.
pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, there's this built-in suitor system.
Oh, a suitor. That's fancy.
Yeah, to keep your clothes from getting all wrinkled.
Oh, huge for business travelers.
I was going to say, yeah, if you're like going to a meeting.
You don't want to show up looking like you slept in your clothes.
Exactly.
Right.
And then if you need just a little bit more room, there's this expandable feature.
Oh, expandable. How much extra space does that give you?
They say it adds 2 inches.
2 inches. That could be the difference between fitting that extra pair of shoes or not.
Yeah, or like a souvenir.
Yeah, exactly. You never know.
Never know what you're going to find.
Right.
And we can't forget about the pockets, like all the pockets.
Oh, yeah, pockets are key.
Yeah,
Because
'cause
organization is so important when you're traveling.
it is.
You don't want to be digging through your bag,
I know.
trying to find your phone charger.
Yeah, or your passport.
Or your passport, exactly. So multiple pockets.
Yeah.
That's a good sign.
And the review even suggests using those packing cubes.
Oh, yeah. Packing cubes, game changer.
I mean, they're amazing.
They are. They help you maximize space.
Yeah.
Keep everything nice and organized.
I swear by those things.
I do too. It's like magic.
They are like magic for your suitcase.
Totally.
So we've talked about the packing situation, but What about actually moving this thing around?
Oh, yeah, that's important.
Especially like,
Navigating those crowded
yeah,
airports.
in a crowded airport
Right.
and on different surfaces.
Yeah, you're not always on smooth floor,
Exactly.
cobblestones, carpets, you name it.
Yeah.
So how does it handle?
So this is where the Travelpro really shines.
Okay.
It has these 360-degree spinner wheels.
Spinner wheels, nice.
Yeah,
Smooth rolling is so important,
it is.
especially when you're in a hurry.
I know, and the review says these wheels can handle, like, any surface.
Any surface.
Yeah, I
That's
guess
impressive.
pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And then there's this telescopic handle.
Oh, adjustable, right.
Yeah.
That's key for comfort.
Yeah, because, if you're pushing or pulling this thing through the airport,
You want it to be at the right height.
yeah, and everyone's different heights.
Exactly. You don't want to be hunched over.
I know, and that can strain your wrist and your arm.
Exactly. So an adjustable handle.
It's, like, crucial for economics.
It is. It makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Especially if you're traveling frequently.
Yeah, and, of course, it has a TSA-approved lock for security.
Oh, of course. Can't forget about that.
Yeah, peace of mind.
Yeah, peace of mind.
Yeah, your stuff is safe.
Right.
So we've talked about, like, the smooth rolling, the comfortable handle,
Yeah.
the security features.
But let's address the elephant in the room.
Okay, the elephant in the room.
The price tag.
Yeah, the price tag.
This suitcase is not exactly budget friendly.
It's an investment, that's for sure.
It is so, the big question is,
Yeah.
is it worth it?
Is it actually worth it? I mean, we've talked about how durable it is and all the cool features.
Yeah.
But is it really worth, like, shelling out that much cash?
That's the thing, right? It's not just about the upfront cost.
Right.
It's about the value you get over time.
So you're saying, like, it's more of a long-term investment?
Exactly.
Okay, so help me understand that. How does this thing actually save you money down the road?
Well, for starters, you're probably not going to have to replace it every couple of years.
Yeah, that makes sense.
With that ballistic nylon, the Duragard
Right.
coating,
Right.
it's built to last.
Yeah, we talked about that. It's, like, tough.
It is tough, and the review even mentions a lifetime warranty.
Oh, yeah, lifetime warranty. That's pretty huge.
It basically means that if anything goes wrong,
Yeah.
like a zipper breaks, a wheel falls off, handle malfunctions,
Yeah.
Travelpro will fix it or replace it for free.
Wow, so you're covered.
You're covered, it's peace of mind.
That's got to be worth something, right? Like, especially when you think about, like,
Oh, absolutely.
all the hassle of dealing with, like, a broken suitcase, like, in the middle of a trip.
Oh, the worst.
Yeah.
Lost belongings, delayed flights.
Oh, yeah, trying to find a new suitcase last minute.
Exactly, and that can get expensive.
So the warranty really adds to the value.
Big time. It's like insurance for your luggage.
I like that. Insurance for your luggage.
Yeah, and let's not forget all the other features we talked about.
Right, like the spinner wheels, the suitor system.
All those pockets, they're not just gimmicks. They're designed to make your life easier when you're traveling.
To make travel less stressful.
Exactly. Less stressful, more enjoyable.
And when you add it all up,
Yeah.
it's kind of like they've thought of everything a frequent traveler needs.
I think they have. It's like they did their research.
Yeah.
They know what people who travel a lot are looking for.
So it's not just about durability.
No, it's about convenience. It's about functionality.
It's about, like, having a better travel experience overall.
Precisely. Because let's be honest, when you're constantly on the go, those little things can make a big difference.
They can make or break a trip.
They really can. And when you factor in the long-term cost of replacing cheap suitcases,
Oh, yeah, right.
the price of the Platinum Elite starts to look a lot more reasonable.
Yeah, it's like that saying, buy nice or buy twice.
Exactly. You get what you pay for.
But I'm sure some people are still going to be like,
Yeah.
that's a lot of money to spend on a suitcase.
I get it. It's a significant investment. But I'd say think of it as an investment in yourself,
Okay.
in your travels. A high-quality suitcase like this
Yeah,
could last you for years,
a decade.
maybe even longer, if you take care of it.
Wow.
And over that time, you'll save money by not having to buy new luggage all the time.
True, true.
Plus, you'll avoid all that stress and hassle of dealing with broken bags.
Which we've established is, like, the worst.
The absolute worst.
Yeah.
So you're not just buying a suitcase. You're buying peace of mind. You're buying reliability.
Okay, I like that. Peace of mind, reliability.
It's a suitcase you can trust
You can trust.
to get you where you need to go.
And the review also has a whole section of, like, frequently asked questions.
Oh, FAQs. Yeah, those are always helpful.
They are.
What kind of questions do they address?
Well, one that caught my eye was about the water resistance.
Oh, right, the Duragard coating.
Yeah, we talked about that, but,
But
like,
how waterproof is it, really?
yeah, like, what if you get caught in, like, a torrential downpour?
That's a good question, and I think it's important to be realistic.
Okay.
While the Duragard coating offers some protection against light rain and spills.
So, like, if you spill your coffee in your bag.
Exactly, or if it's drizzling outside.
Okay.
But I wouldn't consider it fully waterproof.
So what do you do if you're, like, traveling somewhere where it rains a lot?
I'd recommend getting a waterproof luggage cover,
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
just for that extra peace of mind.
extra protection.
Exactly. Better safe than sorry.
Right. And another question that people always have is about the overhead bins.
Oh, yeah. Will it fit?
Yeah, will it fit?
That's a crucial question,
It is.
especially if you're trying to avoid checking a bag.
So what does the review say about that?
They specifically say that it's airline approved,
Okay.
designed to fit in most domestic and international overhead bins.
So you should be good to go.
You should be good to go, no problem.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah, nobody wants to be that person struggling to cram their bag into the overhead bin.
No, it's like the worst feeling.
It is, especially when everyone's waiting to board.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the Travelpro Platinum Elite should fit no problem.
Okay, good.
And it looks like there's one more question that people keep asking.
Oh, yeah, the big one.
The lifespan, how long will this thing actually last?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question.
It is, because nobody wants to invest in a suitcase that's going to fall apart after a year or so.
Right, exactly.
So what does the review say?
The review says many years.
Many years. Okay, that's promising.
Yeah, even with frequent use.
And that's thanks to the lifetime warranty and the durable construction.
So it's hard to give like an exact number.
Yeah, because it really depends on how you use it,
Yeah,
how well you take care of it.
if you're like throwing it around.
Right, but it's clear that this suitcase is built to last.
So potentially a decade or more of use.
Potentially, yeah. Which is impressive.
That is impressive.
It speaks to the quality of the materials and the craftsmanship.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have
We've talked about the design, the features, the durability,
the value, the warranty.
the FAQs. I mean, is there anything else we need to know about this thing?
I think we've pretty much covered it all.
So the moment of truth,
The moment of truth.
is the Travelpro Platinum Elite actually worth the hype?
Based on this review,
Yeah.
I'd say absolutely.
Especially for people who travel a lot.
Especially for frequent travelers, business travelers,
Yeah, anyone who prioritizes durability and functionality.
and a smooth travel experience, because who doesn't want that?
Nobody wants a stressful travel experience.
Exactly. So yeah, I think Travelpurse really hit the mark with this one.
It seems like they really thought about the needs of their customers.
They did, and they delivered.
So if you're in the market for a new carry-on,
Yeah.
one that's built to last, looks good, and has all the bells and whistles,
Bells and whistle?
the Travelpro Platinum Elite is definitely worth checking out.
It's an investment, but it's one that could pay off for years to come.
Okay, so we talked a lot about the good stuff.
The good stuff.
But, it's only fair to consider the other side of the coin.
Oh, right, because no suitcase is perfect.
Exactly. So are there any, downsides to this bag? Are there any reasons why someone might not want to buy this thing?
Well, there are a few things to think about,
Right.
like we talked about it earlier,
Yeah.
that whole soft side versus hard side thing.
Right.
This is a soft side suitcase.
So for someone who's, trying to decide between the two,
Yeah.
what are the pros and cons there?
Okay, so soft side luggage and the Platinum Elite,
Yeah.
it's usually lighter.
Okay.
It's more flexible,
So you can kind of, squeeze it into tight spaces.
Exactly, and they often have those expandable features.
Right, more packing space.
More packing space, but it might not offer the same level of protection.
For, fragile items.
Yeah, if you're carrying something delicate,
Okay.
a hard side suitcase might be a better choice.
So it really depends on what you're packing.
It does, and your travel style.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're checking your bag,
Yeah.
hard side might give you more peace of mind.
And the review also mentions that, while this bag is pretty lightweight,
Yeah.
it's not, the absolute lightest carry-on out there.
True, there are definitely lighter options available.
So if weight is, your top priority,
Yeah, if you're really trying to minimize weight.
then you might want to look at some other bags,
But you might have to sacrifice some features.
like the expandable space.
Yeah, or the durability.
Right.
Sometimes those ultra lightweight bags,
Yeah.
they're not as well made.
And I guess, when it comes down to it,
Hmm.
you also want a suitcase that you like, the look of.
Oh, yeah, aesthetics matter.
You got to be happy to roll this thing through the airport.
Exactly. You want a suitcase that reflects your personal style.
So the Platinum Elite, it comes in those different colors.
It does.
But it has a pretty classic look overall.
Yeah, kind of professional, understated.
So if you're looking for something
Yeah,
really bold or unique.
right. If you want to stand out from the crowd, you might want to explore some other brands.
Okay, so we've talked about
Yeah.
the good, the bad, the maybe not so great.
All sides of the story.
Yeah.
So what's the final verdict?
Yeah, what's the takeaway for our listeners?
I think it's safe to say that the Travelpro Platinum Elite,
Yeah.
it's a really solid choice for a lot of travelers.
Especially those frequent flyers.
Frequent flyers, business travelers.
People who are tough on their luggage
Yeah, people who want something that's going to last.
and make their travels easier.
More enjoyable, less stressful.
But it's not a perfect fit for everyone.
No, and that's okay. There are so many great suitcases out there.
Yeah, it's all about finding the right one for you.
Exactly. Do your research.
Yeah.
Think about your needs, your travel style.
Read reviews like the one we talked about today.
Exactly. And then make an informed decision.
So we've given you the information.
Yeah.
Now it's up to you to decide.
If the Travelpro Platinum Elite is the right travel companion for you.
Yeah, and if it is,
Happy travels.
happy travel.
Safe travels.
All right, that's it for this deep dive into the Travelpro Platinum Elite carry-on luggage.
Hope you enjoyed it.
We'll catch you next time for another deep dive into the world of travel gear.